Hi guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'll post this on the YouTube channel, so you guys, if you want to do it again later, you can. But this is just gonna be a slow stretching yoga requested by my sister Michelle. And then tomorrow I'm gonna do a about 6 o'clock. I'll do a vinyasa flow class. Sorry, Charlie. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm not sure if you can hear the music or not. YouTube is kind of crazy about what you can play, but this is royalty-free music on YouTube. If you want to play different music, I have a Spotify account. It's under Melissa Moses Thompson, and there's some good music on there. Good yoga music. So, all right, so let's get started. You don't even need a mat for yoga, but you can always have one and use one. But we're gonna start laying down. So find your comfortable spot laying down. Let me get rid of my socks here. You can always keep your knees bent if you like. Let the knees rest on each other if you have them bent. Otherwise, you can straighten your legs out on the mat. Place the hands on the belly. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. Let's take a few breaths here. Just start and begin to notice the breath. Not really doing anything to it yet. Just noticing how it feels for you right now. And if you haven't already, go ahead and place your hands on your belly. Maybe your right hand on your chest, your left hand on your belly. And we're going to breathe in deeply through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Let it all go. And again, in through the nose. Out of the mouth. Good. Now, if you can, begin inhaling in through the nose and out of the nose. It'll help keep some of that warmth inside of your body. And what we're doing with our hands, continue to breathe as I talk. What we're doing with our hands is we want to notice the movements. Notice the natural rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale. And as you begin to deepen the breath, bring the breath all the way down into the belly. So we want that hand that's on our belly rising and falling even more than the one on our chest. So notice that for a few breaths. See if you can take it there. Good. One more, in through the nose, out through the nose. Good. On your next breath, inhale in through the nose and again out of the mouth. Let everything go. Let everything relax on your mat. Good. Let's pull both knees into our chest. Gentle side to side rock. A little bit of a back massage. Again, just start moving the spine. Good. We're going to keep our hands on that right shin. Extend the left leg along the mat. You can always keep it bent and place the foot on the mat, but really pull that right knee in. And if your leg is straight, really stretch that left leg away from your body. Good. Let's switch sides. Get a little bit of core work in here. Left knee in, really straighten that right leg out. And again, you can rest it down on the mat. You can keep it bent if you like, but really make that opposing action there, pulling in and pushing away. Good. We'll switch a few times. Right knee in, left leg out. Switch again. Left knee in, right leg out. Couple more times. Switch. Switch. Left knee in, right out. Good. Right knee in, the left leg out. This time we're going to let that left leg come to the mat, or again, bend the knee and let the left foot find the mat. Straighten the right leg towards the sky. You can hold on behind the thigh. You can reach up towards the calf, up towards the toes. If you have a towel, you can use that here. If you have a strap, you can always wrap it around the arch of your foot. Little point and flex of the toes, maybe a little bit of ankle roll. Continuing with your breath throughout the practice. Good. Flex your foot. Really pull that right toes towards your nose. Good. Gently release. We're going to bring that right knee back into the chest. Left hand's going to come on that right shin. Airplane the right arm out to the side. We're going to bring that right knee all the way over towards our left side. So we're aiming at keeping our right shoulder on the mat. Nice gentle twist. If you have a block or a book and you need a little bit more support, you can always place that right knee on it. Or even a ball or a toy, a pillow. Good. We're going to come back through center and let's switch sides. So straighten out that right leg, pull that left knee in, and then we're going to straighten the left leg towards the sky. A little bit of an ankle roll here. Point and flex. Feel the stretch through the feet, the toes, the calf, down the back of the legs. Good. Now come into a flex foot. Really pull in. Hold on to where you can. You don't have to be up here at your toes or your calf. You can always have here. Slight bend in that straight leg. You want to keep your knees safe. Good. Gently release. Left knee into the chest. Going to bring the left knee towards the right side. Airplane that left arm out to the side. Nice gentle twist through the spine. Good. Inhale, coming back up. Let's pull both knees into the chest. Little gentle rock side to side. Good. And then we're going to let the feet come to the mat, kind of close to the glutes. Feet about hip distance apart. Going to work through a bridge pose here. So hands are going to come down at the side. You can put palms on the mat or palms up, either way. But we're going to press through all four corners of our feet. Lift the hips off the mat. You can kind of externally rotate your shoulder blades under for a nice chest opener and reach for your heels. You can reach underneath for your opposite hand. Or you can just keep the hands out to the side, whatever's good for you. But what we want here is keeping the knees drawn towards each other. We're not letting them come out towards the side. So keep them in alignment with the hips. Stay safe and breathe. Good. Release the hands if you have them binded. I don't know if that's a word. Slowly roll down. Good. Hands are going to come to the shins. We're going to rock and roll, as we like to call it. So we're going to rock up onto the sit bones and maybe roll back down. Back up. Try to stay off the neck. A little bit of core work here so you can come to the top and stop for a breath. Back down. Couple more times. This time, let's stay up and take a boat pose. So stay up here. Hands can always come down a little bit lower. Feet can come a little bit lower, but this is boat pose. Breathe. Good. Coming all the way up, let's cross the feet. In that easy seated pose here. Sit up with that long, tall spine. We're gonna take a deep breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Right hand on the floor beside us. Reach over with the left. Good. Keep the shoulders stacked. Reach long. And maybe with your fingertips, don't think reach towards the floor, but reach towards the corner of the room where the ceiling and the wall meet. Good. Inhale up. We'll exhale down, other side. Good. Next, inhale, coming back up. Gentle twist here. So sit up really, really tall. Find those sit bones. Gonna bring right hand towards the left knee, maybe the outside of that thigh. Left hand behind us. Prop the spine up long. So inhale, straighten just a little bit more, and on your exhale, twist just a little bit extra. Good. Inhale through center. Other side. So inhale, sitting up really tall. Left hand's going to come across right knee or thigh. Right hand behind us, propping us up tall. And exhale, twist around. Continue to breathe. Good. Inhale back through center. Good. Let's come around through tabletop position, hands and knees. So palms underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Good. You can have your toes tucked for a little bit more stability, but you can always lay the tops of your feet on the mat. I'm going to work through cat and cow here, warm up the spine a little bit more. So we're going to inhale, arch the back, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Try not to collapse into the shoulders. Then exhale, round and tuck. Inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, round and tuck. Couple more times, follow your breath. One more full breath. After your next exhale, meet me back in neutral spine. When you're ready, let's extend that right leg behind us. Find the balance here. Gonna extend the left arm, so reaching long, spinal balance. Flex the foot like you're pushing that back wall away. Create this space. Reach out through the fingertips. We're gonna bring elbow to knee underneath us for 4 breaths. So on your next exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, one more. Inhale, reach, 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 reach. Hold it. Hold the core in, hold the belly button in towards the spine. Good. Hand and knee back to the mat. Let's switch sides. So extend the left leg behind us. Flex the foot. Really reach and extend. So we're not lifting it. Kind of arches our back. Want to try to keep it in line with the hips. Other arm. Right arm, left leg. Reach, reach, reach. Next, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. When you crunch it in, hold and reach. One more time. Good, reach, hold. Good, hand and knee come to the mat. Wide knee, child's pose. So widen your knees towards the edges of the mat. Toes come together behind you. Sit back onto the heels. Let your forehead rest on the mat. If you can't make the mat with your forehead, that's okay. You can always bring in a blanket underneath to rest down. Good. Next inhale, we'll come back up through tabletop. Bring those knees back and under the hips. Tuck the toes. We're going to do a tabletop hover here. So more core work. Work for the shoulders, the wrists, the arms. Tabletop hover. Gonna tuck the toes, lift the knees off the mat just a couple of inches and hold. Don't forget to breathe while you're here. Keep holding, we're almost there. Good, lower the knees down. A little bit of a wrist roll here. It's a little rough on the wrist. So remember, in down dog, pretty much anything tabletop, plank, when you're on your hands, don't just put the weight onto the heel of your hand. The pads underneath your fingertips kind of help bring all that pressure off of your wrist, so it kind of evenly distributes everything. Okay, so here we go. Hands come back, keep those toes tucked. Downward facing dog from here. So tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. And it's okay if the heels don't touch the mat. We're just working at it, right? See where you are. So down dog is a full body stretch. Upper body pressing away from the mat. Tailbone reaching towards the sky. Heels pushing gently, mindfully towards the mat. Maybe your gaze will be maybe towards your feet, your heels, maybe even your belly button. Don't want the gaze up towards the hands. Let the neck relax a little bit more. And in down dog, you can always walk it out. I forgot to say that. Especially if it's your first, kind of bend one knee and straighten out the other. I never want you to feel like you have to stay still in a pose. You want to do what feels comfortable, what feels good for your body, what gets you that extra stretch. All right, so we're going to look up between our hands. We're going to step our right foot up. You can always come down into tabletop and bring the right foot up. Remember this knee, we don't want it coming over the toes. Bring it back, walk that back knee back a little bit. Okay, so we stepped up, hands are at the mat. If you have a block, you can always place it under your hands. But we're dropping the tailbone down towards the mat. Feel the stretch. That left hip flexor, through the quads, through the glutes. And I did drop that back leg, I didn't say that. You can always keep it up though. Gonna bring this right hand on the inside of that right leg. This is more of a dragon pose. This also helps create space for larger bodied people who have a little bit of extra on top like I do. Can walk that right foot a little bit towards the outside of the mat. This is dragon pose or lizard pose, depending on what type of yoga you do. And if you know, you can come onto the outside of that foot. Stay safe. Good. Drop the foot back down. Gonna bring that right foot back to the outside. If you walked your foot out, walk it back in alignment with the hip. Gonna straighten the right knee, toes towards the sky, and shift the weight back. So this is a half split or half monkey. You can stay up a little higher. If you have blocks, you can stay here. Come down a little bit lower. You can fold over the leg. There's so many options. Just stay safe. Be mindful about your body. And if you know that you want to take it a little bit further and take it into a fuller split, you can absolutely do that. Again, stay safe. Find your spot. Good. We're going to bend that front knee. Plant the foot back. We're going to lift the back knee and step back into downward facing dog. Walk it out. Press the ground away, hips up and back, full body stretch. So don't just feel this through your legs. I hope you're feeling it through your shoulders and your back, lower back. Good. Look up between the hands again. Left foot's going to come up. So same thing on this side. Again, you can always come in through tabletop. Drop that back knee. Left knee stacked over that heel. We don't want it in front. Stay here for a breath. Think about dropping that tailbone down. Good. Ouch. Okay, so for that dragon pose, I'll do it here. I'm gonna bring that left hand in between, right? And then you can stay right here. You can walk the left foot a little bit towards the outside. You can even come onto the outside of the foot if you know that you're safe there. And if you know you're safe, we didn't do it on the other side, but you can even lower down there. Good. Foot back on the mat. Walk the foot back in alignment. Half monkey or half split. Straighten the leg, toes towards the sky. Again, hands can stay here. You can stay lifted. Straighten through the spine. You can fold over a little bit more. You can take it into more of a full split if you like. Straightening out the back leg. Good. So bend that front knee, plant the front foot. Last downward facing dog here. So lift that right back knee and step back to downward facing dog. Walk it out. Good. Look up between the hands. We're going to step up into a forward fold. So begin walking those feet forward. Feet can be about hip distance apart. Always can bend the knees. Let the upper body get really heavy. If you can't touch the ground, not a big deal. If you have a block, a book, a steady box to place your hands on for a little bit of extra support here, again, always have the option of bending the knee. Bending the knee. Reminds me of Game of Thrones. But let your neck relax here. Maybe a gentle shake of your head, yes and no. Stay there for another breath or so. Good. All right. So we're gonna bend the knees a little bit extra. Drop the tailbone and slowly roll up. Good. Inhale at the top, reaching up. Exhale, hands down, heart center. Good. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at the hips, bend the knees, slowly come down. Inhale, flat back. So hands can come up to the shins, the thighs. Reach out through the crown of the head. Spine long. Good. Exhale down. Both hands to the mat. Little slow vinyasa here. So both hands to the mat. We're going to sit back to plank. Good. Knees to the mat if you like. Chaturanga will slowly come down onto our tummies. Elbows are going to come straight behind us. Lower down. Good. So baby cobra here. Palms can stay on the mat. Lift the chest just a little bit off the mat, off the floor. Shoulders away from the ears. Create this space there. Good. Lower back down. One more time. Inhale, baby cobra. You can take it higher if you like. Keep those elbows bent, elbows in towards the side, close to the ribs. Good. Slowly lower back down. Let's do a little bit of a half bow pose here. So left arm's going to come out in front of you for support. Bend your right knee. You're going to reach around with your right hand towards your right heel. Ankle, heel, foot. If you can't quite get there, wrap a towel around your foot and hold on to the towel. But pull the heel in. Try not to let the knee come out to the side. Want to keep it in line with our hips. Good. Extend the left arm out in front of us. So this is a half locust or half Superman, half bow pose. So what we're going to do here, you can stay right here just reaching out. If you want to lift with me, we're going to lift the chest off the mat. Lift that left arm. You can lift your right thigh off the mat. Pull it in. Press your foot into your hand. So core work here, great for the lower back, strengthening. Good, lower down. Let's switch sides. So right arm comes in front. Left hand's gonna reach back for that left foot. Again, you can have a towel there, but a belt if you don't have a strap, a bathrobe tie, an old t-shirt that you don't mind stretching out. So really pull that left heel in. Good, extend the right arm out. Half bow, which is our leg behind us. Half locust, which is the arm out in front, or half Superman. So you can stay right here and stay low to the mat and just reach out. If you want to lift, you can even lift that back leg, reaching in both directions. Don't forget to breathe while you're here. Good. Next, exhale, lower down. Arms coming down, crocodile pose. Stack the palms on each other. Legs out straight. Stay here for breath. You can rest the chin down, forehead down. You can also windshield wiper your feet here. Bend the knees. Gently go side to side. It's a nice relief on your back. Good. Straighten your legs. So we're going to go for a full bow here. If you know that you cannot reach your feet, and that's fine, right? It's all good. If you know that you can't get there, what you can do is just bring your hands down here by your side and bend your feet in, and we'll lift off. If you can reach for your feet, grab your feet and hold it in, and I'll show you the other way too. So we're going to lift. Press the feet into the hands. If you're holding there, try not to let the knees splay out to the side. Hold and breathe. If we're not quite there at touching our feet, just reaching back towards our feet. Lifting everything, pressing the hips and the pubic bone into the mat. Good, lower back down. Hands come under the shoulders. We're going to sit back into child's pose. So sit straight back. You can always widen the knees a little bit. Good. Inhale, coming back up. I'm going to check how long we've been doing this. About 30 minutes, a little bit longer. So come up to seated. I'm going to widen the legs. I'm going to angle myself a little bit here. So widen the legs. You don't have to be super wide. thing I do want you to do is find the sit bones. If you need to move anything out of the way, feel the sit bones into the mat. Slight flex in the feet. Again, you don't have to come wide, but we are going to come straight down the middle here. So you can walk your hands out. If you want a little extra core work, we're going to inhale and reach up and slowly lower down. Slight flex in the feet with the toes pointed towards the ceilings. Even when we're on the floor, hands can come to the mat. Find your spot, okay? May not be low, hands may be here. And that's fine, you're working on it. Maybe a little bit lower. Find your spot, take a few breaths here. And like I said earlier, I never would like you to stay still. You don't have to stay right here like me. I like to move a little bit. Don't bounce, don't hurt yourself. But I want you to feel I want you to feel the pose, right? I like to get it and I like to feel it. So I do move around a little bit. I never stay still. It's not good if you're doing a restorative class, trust me. Or yin even. Okay, so we're slowly gonna come back up. Walk your hands in towards your body. Okay, right hand's gonna come in front of that right leg. I'm gonna reach over with the left, right? No, the left, correct, yes. You can reach for the foot. You can keep that hand just coming in front, reaching long. Slight flex in both feet. I'm gonna try to keep this sit bone grounded. If this is a lot on this straight leg, you can always bend it in, if that helps. Always options in yoga. Good. Inhale, come back up. And then we're gonna come straight over that leg. So we're gonna turn the torso over that leg. However you had it, your leg can stay in, and we're just gonna fold down over. Use your hands, right? You can reach for your feet. You can use that towel or your strap. I have a strap wrap around the arches of your foot. Find your spot. Slight flex in both feet. Keep both toes pointed, or all toes pointed towards the sky. Good. Slowly come back up. Switch sides. So left arm in front of that left leg. Reach over with the right. Now, if you like to bend this right knee, you can always bring it in. And again, reaching through the fingertips, think where the wall meets the ceiling, not necessarily floor or other foot right now. You can always take it there later. Good. Inhale, come back up. Turn the torso over that left leg wherever you are and fold down. Keep the right toes pointed towards the sky. Good. Slowly come back up. Bottoms of the feet together. Butterfly pose or cobbler's pose. Again, find the sit bones, find the length in the spine. I want you to bring your hands close to your glutes, palms to the mat, and sort of begin to lift off the mat. So you may not lift anything off, your arms may not be long enough like mine aren't. But what that's doing is creating space in your vertebrae. Creating that space in there gets all the good nutrients, everything into your spine, while simultaneously the knees are working towards the mat. Good. You can bring the hands to the feet now if you like. You can stay right here if you want a little bit extra. You can fold forward. How close you have your feet into your body, it's all up to you. Knees are going to come together, bottoms of the feet to the mat. Again, we're going to bring Our hands kind of close to the glutes, fingertips pointing towards your toes if you can. You can always adjust along the way. Reverse tabletop here. I'm going to angle it a little bit. So press both feet into the mat and lift the hips. Have control of your neck here. Don't let it drop back. So really good for the chest, the shoulders. You can stay right here if you'd like a little bit extra. You can straighten your legs. Reverse plank. Good. Slowly lower the hips towards the mat wherever you are. Find those sit bones. We're going to inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over your straight legs. Slight flex in the feet. Not going to be here too long, but you can always grab your towel around the feet, your strap. Good. Slowly coming back up. A little bit of a hip stretch and we'll lay down. Okay, so widen the feet. Find the sit bones. Feet come out a little bit further and maybe a little bit wider than hip distance. Palms to the mat. We're going to keep our torso pointed towards the front of the mat. So our knees are moving here, our legs. Going to drop both knees towards the left side first. Again, you can always adjust how far you want your legs apart. Sometimes closer, sometimes a little bit further. But again, that torso is pointing towards the front. Spine long. Good. Knees are going to come up. Get reset and we'll drop them over towards the other side, whichever side you want to. Notice the difference in sides, how one side feels different than the other. Most people are very different on both sides. I know that I am. Good, back up. Good, let's roll down into our backs, but we're gonna roll slowly. So we're almost done. We'll do a little bit more core work and then we'll have our quick Shavasana. So lower down slow, hands can come to the knees, to the thighs. Get that core work in here. Slow, 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 slow. Good, pull the knees into the chest. Little gentle rock side to side. Good, straighten the legs towards the sky. Hands can come underneath the hips here a little bit, under the glutes, palms down. We're gonna do single leg drops. Right leg first, so drop it to hover, and then back up. Left side, and back up. You can always bend the knee, right side. Try not to let it touch the mat, left side. So you can straighten or bend, there's always options here. Right, inhale up, exhale left down. Inhale up, right. Press the lower back into the mat, left. Good, one more time each side, right. Slow and controlled. Good, leave the legs up. Hold in the core. Good, pull the knees into the chest, gentle side to side rock. Good. So, all right, so our twist before Shavasana. This is always my favorite part. So airplane those arms out to the side. A gentler twist, so I'll do the gentler one and then you can move up if you like. Arms out to the side. Feet are gonna stay on the mat. Torso is pointed towards the sky. We're just gonna drop the knees towards one side. So it doesn't matter which way you go. So this will be gentler than the next one I come to. So you can stay here, right? If you want a little bit more, bring the feet up into tabletop. Knees over the hips. And then drop them over. Trying to keep that opposite shoulder blade on the mat, whichever side you went to. Okay, if you want even more, pull the knees in to your chest and then drop them over. And as you drop them over, aim them up towards the armpit. So find your level. None of them are wrong. All of them are good. All of them are legal in yoga. So find your spot. As long as you're safe in your spine, in your hips, you want to keep that opposite shoulder blade drawn towards the mat. You can even turn your gaze away from your knees if that's safe for your neck. A little bit of a even extra twist through the spine, through the upper spine. Good. So wherever you had your knees to begin with, we're going to come back up. I'm about mid here. So tighten in the belly, bring the knees back up. So if your feet are on the mat, if your feet are really close in, whichever one's good for you. And then we're going to drop them towards the other side. Keep that opposite shoulder blade drawn towards the mat. Notice the difference in which side is easier for you, and easier is not always better. Just notice. Sometimes one side of your body feels a little bit more achy than the other. You may favor one side. Good. Next inhale, bringing those knees back up. Now last ones before Shavasana, straighten your legs towards the sky. My favorite pose of all, waterfall. This is great to do so we're not pulling our legs in, we're just kind of letting them hang out there, okay? So it's good for your heart, it's good for stress relief. It's just a great pose to do before you go to sleep. Super relaxing, I love it. Okay, so last ones here, we're gonna go wide straddle, so bring the legs wide. Hands under for more support. On the inside for a little bit extra, you can reach for the toes or the feet. Find your spot there. Only going to be there for a moment. Good. Let's bring the feet together. So knees are going to stay wide. So we're kind of in that reclined butterfly. Supta Baddha Konasana. Good. And again, hands, if you can't quite get the feet, that's okay. You can have a towel. You can even hold on to your shins. And now we're going to take this into happy baby. So wherever you're holding on, you're going to bring the feet apart, bottoms of the feet towards the sky. This is great for your lower back. You can hold on to the feet, add that little bit of extra weight. If it feels safe and good for you, you can gently rock side to side. Don't fall over. Good. Finding stillness. Bring the knees back together one last time. Good. Legs. You can either straighten out or do a quick Shavasana. I never skip Shavasana. It's the best pose in the whole wide world. At least I think so. So feet can come onto the mat. So it's kind of how we did in the beginning. Feet on the mat. If your feet are on the mat, rest your knees on each other. Hands can come to the side, or you can always straighten your legs out. But just for a few breaths, I want you to let everything go. I want you to relax your mind. I'd like you to relax your body. Try not to think of anything that you have to do. I just want the next few moments to be about you, okay? So if you need to think, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, I'm breathing out, I'm breathing out. That's fine. That's you. That's exactly what you need right in this moment. But don't skip this. Please do it. I tell you, it super helps. So hands come out, close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. Let everything in your body relax. All the muscles, all the bones, the tendons. Find your breath. Let your shoulder blades rest heavy on the mat. Let your jaw muscles relax. Maybe let the teeth part slightly. Let the facial features relax. Your next breath, I'd like you to take a deep inhale in through your nose, out of your mouth. One more just like that, in through the nose, out of the mouth. Stay with your deep breaths. If your legs are straight, let your feet find the mat. Gently roll over to one side, kind of in that fetal position. Stay there for another breath. And then push up through a seated position, just easy seat. And we are done. So I hope you enjoyed that gentle, it's kind of a flow, right? Like I said, tomorrow we'll do, I think about the same time, about 5:30, I will do a vinyasa flow. So it'll be a lot faster, quite a bit more strengthening, and maybe a little bit more cardio. But I've got to breathing hard doing that, so I don't know. So let's bring the hands together at heart center, rub them together, create that heat, create that energy back into your body. Good, press the thumbs into the chest, the heart. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out of the mouth. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys be safe. Again, I'll put this up on YouTube. Have a good one.